Hi, everybody. This is Jeff Barton, and this is the Mortgage Minute. Thanks very much for tuning in, for listening, and watching what we do each and every week on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or any other social medias that we do utilize. We're also on the radio, 5 stations, 3 different states, and certainly on YouTube, Jeff Barton, the Mortgage Voice, and you can see our Mortgage Voice radio show that we do an hour a week. If you go to there, and you can see me and get the information that is as timely. Although today, the information is really relevant. Mortgage rates have really dropped quite a bit. We were up to 6.5% about 10 days ago, and now we're at 5.75%. So 3/4 of a rate drop is a big deal on a 30-year fix. The 15 years at 5.12. The FHA is at 5.25, the jumbo is at 4.95%, and the 5/1 ARM is at 5.3%. The 2-year is at 3.012, and the 10-year is at 3.074. We see a flattening of the yield curve, which usually signals some kind of a recession down the line. We're not quite sure where that all ends. Everybody in the economic world is talking about a soft landing, whatever the heck that means. If you're hurting and if things cost more, and if for some reason you lose your job, there's no such thing as a soft landing. That hurts, and it hurts hard. But there are some positive news that we're seeing without all of that particular bit of economic news happening. Realtor.com inventories were up 21% year over year. That's a good thing. More inventory usually signals that prices will either go down or at least stop rising, and that's also a good thing. Around the world, inflation up. Okay, so inflation has been the major driver of why we're seeing rates increase at the Fed. And remember, Fed increasing their rate does not mean mortgage rates go up, but it does have a tangential effect on what exactly mortgage-backed securities sell for, and that in turn affects the 10-year. So there is some correlation, but not a direct correlation. Back to our regularly scheduled here. So when we talk about the world economy and inflation, and we talk so, I guess because it's here and we're all being affected by high prices in gas, we're looking at what's happening around the world. The U.S. only ranks 51st out of 111 countries who are experiencing high inflation rates right now. And the question is, why? Some countries didn't give any stimulus. Some countries gave a lot of stimulus. In the U.S., it was a top 5 in terms of money handed out by stimulus. That's usually to blame by a lot of economists locally as to that is why what we have now is overstimulation and we have inflation as a result. But in those countries that did not hand out money, that did not give high stimulus, how come they have more inflation than we do here in the U.S.? It's a question asked by more and more economists as we move forward, questioning whether tightening is really the way to go in terms of curbing inflation. The Fed is hell-bent on doing that, and we have faith that yes, because of Volcker way back when, the same game plan will work. But the same game plan may be different simply because we have 2 factors that aren't going to change as a result of whatever the Fed does. That's the war in Ukraine, and it's the where is it? War in Ukraine, and I have it here somewhere. What an idiot I am. Okay, so well, certainly the war in Ukraine, and certainly the inflation itself, because of yes, COVID. Oh man, that was the longest I've ever had in my whole life here online. Anyway, COVID and the war in Ukraine are 2 things that are affecting interest rates, not interest rates, but affecting the inflation rate way more than stimulus did. And so what is the actual effect of tightening and raising interest rates if those 2 core things that are driving inflation aren't really looked at, or there's nothing we can do about it? And that's basically where we are. So people may hurt because they're going to lose their job, as I talked about earlier. People may hurt because the price of things are going up, and because of what the Fed's doing is going to kill the economy. These are not good things, and we are really knee-jerk because of the historical analysis we use since the Volcker years. I'm not sure that that's really the accurate way to go. A couple other things here. The housing market. Okay, builders, 1 million. That's what they say they're going to build in new houses. That's down from 1.4 million homes estimate. The sellers, 102 of 111 markets see slash in real estate listing prices. That's a big deal. And the rates, of course, the rates are the rates. They have come down, but they are still pretty high. 5 things left that that have left buyers in the dust. Mortgage payments. They've gone, the median home price mortgage payment has risen by $600. 2, investors are snapping up single family residents. That's what happened back in '08 too. Shortage in apartments, that's driving rents and driving the price in real estate. Prices and rents soar, I just said that. Home appreciation through the roof. All these 5 things are driving buyers away from the market. Sorry about the big ah. Anyway, I'm Jeff Barton. This is the Mortgage Minute. See you next time.